In the early First Era, the Atmoran conquest of Skyrim forced the native Snow Elves into hiding. Desperate for sanctuary, many turned to the subterranean Dwemer for refuge, but their salvation came at a terrible cost. In exchange for protection, the Dwemer subjected them to a cruel dependency, forcing them to consume a toxic fungus that gradually robbed them of their sight. Over generations, these once proud Snow Elves were twisted into something unrecognisable. When they finally rebelled, their war against the Dwemer raged in secret beneath Skyrim's soil, unseen and unknown to the Nords above. And then, in an instant, the Dwemer vanished from existence, and the Falmer found themselves alone in the abyss, free to expand and dominate as they pleased. No longer bound to their ancient war, they turned their aggression elsewhere, to the surface. Travelers vanished without a trace, their bodies never recovered. Cattle were slaughtered, and entire villages whispered fearful tales of unseen horrors stealing away infants in the dead of night. The Falmer had become a lurking danger, unseen but ever present. Yet despite their isolation and wretched existence, they were never truly alone. Among their most trusted companions were the strange, monstrous creatures that shared their darkened world. Frostbite Spiders were among these allies, but today we turn our attention to the most fascinating and terrifying of them all, the Chaurus. Deep in the caverns beneath Skyrim, the Chaurus thrive. These enormous, venomous insects are more than just deadly predators. They are the lifeblood of the Falmer's subterranean empire, serving as livestock, sentinels, and weapons of war. Their life cycle is as strange as it is horrifying, bearing resemblance to certain surface-dwelling insects like caterpillars or flies, though on a much larger scale. It all begins with the Chaurus eggs. Scattered throughout the caves, these clusters emit an eerie pale blue glow, making them easy to see. Alchemists have found a use for these eggs, incorporating them into various concoctions, and there's even a single mention where a Dark Brotherhood contract references their use in soups. But eggs isn't all that can be used, as a recipe book mentions Chaurus meat being a key ingredient for Chaurus pie, a Nordic delicacy, suggesting that while the Chaurus may feast upon man and Myr alike, they too can find themselves on the menu. But the eggs that don't find their way into potions and meals hatch, and the Chaurus emerge in their base form, hard-shelled, multi-legged monstrosities with jagged pincers, creatures that rapidly grow in both size and aggression. But their growth doesn't end here, as some Chaurus undergo a gruesome metamorphosis, sealing themselves within thick resin cocoons. After an unknown period of time, they emerge as Chaurus hunters. These wasp-like creatures possess powerful wings, elongated limbs, and an unsettling ability to spit constant streams of lethal venom. While little is known about the exact process, some speculate that the Chaurus cocooning phase may be triggered by age, environmental factors, or even Falmer intervention. Could the Falmer be selectively encouraging certain Chaurus to evolve into their deadlier forms? It remains unclear, but the transformation itself is undeniably deliberate and efficient. Others, however, do not take to the air. Instead, they continue to grow, their forms growing into something even more monstrous, Chaurus Reapers, far larger and deadlier than their initial stage. But before we delve deeper into the Chaurus and their various forms, let's explore their connection to the Falmer. The relationship between the Falmer and the Chaurus is one of deep symbiosis. The Falmer have mastered the art of breeding and domesticating these creatures, using them in every aspect of their survival. Chaurus venom, for example, is a vital resource, harvested and applied to Falmer weapons. Their chitin, tough yet pliable, is shaped into crude but effective armor and shields. Even in death, the Chaurus serves a purpose. Parts of their carcasses can sometimes be found within Falmer settlements, repurposed as structural supports, fencing and other such things. their remains woven into the very fabric of the Falmer's world. There is also a lingering question: where did the Chaurus come from? While it remains a theory, it is plausible that the Falmer themselves played a role in their presence beneath Skyrim. Though Chaurus have been spotted on the surface, they thrive predominantly underground. If the Falmer raided surface nests, stealing eggs and relocating them to their subterranean domain, they may have engineered their own supply of monstrous livestock, increasing the population. If true, this would suggest that the Falmer's dominion over Skyrim's underground is not just a matter of circumstance, but of deliberate and calculated expansion. Alternatively, some believe the Chaurus were always native to the underground, existing in the deeper reaches of Nirn long before the Falmer even found them. If so, did the Falmer tame them, or did they merely learn to live together? The truth remains buried in the depths, but it's interesting to think about, and I'm also interested in hearing your own thoughts on how these two species came to coexist. Now, as I've already stated, life for Chaurus starts with the eggs. Those eggs hatch, revealing Chaurus, a standard but deadly creature with its serrated pincers, natural resistance to the cold, and potent venom, which is stored in the creature's head and legs. But those that survive long enough may transform. After an unknown amount of time, Falmer interference, or some instinctual cue, Chaurus can create a chrysalis and transform into hunter fledglings. But they don't hatch straight away. Instead, they wait, only emerging once their cocoon has been disturbed. And once it has, they burst free, flying erratically and lashing out with venomous spit and rapid stinger thrusts. Over time, these fledglings mature into full-grown Chaurus hunters, nightmarish hybrids of mantis and wasp-like creatures, capable of hovering with eerie grace as they strike from above. Their ability to fly grants them a deadly advantage over grounded foes, making them some of the most dangerous predators in the Falmer's domain. However, not all Chaurus take this path, as certain Chaurus will instead stay as they are and continue growing into Chaurus Reapers, the largest and most powerful of their kind. While most Reapers are slightly larger than the average Chaurus, Reapers can actually grow into behemoths. They are deceptively fast despite their hulking size, their reinforced carapace making them incredibly resilient, and I imagine it's their large size and thick shells that led the Falmer to using their dead to build structures and storage containers. And this brings me to a disturbing fact about the Chaurus Reaper, and that is sometimes the creature can be seen mimicking the appearance of a Falmer chest. We don't know why they do this. Perhaps they've seen a Falmer chest and copy what they believe is another Reaper, or it's simply how the creatures sleep. Either way, it's not foolproof, and a simple way of telling them apart is the additional pieces of wood a chest has, while the Reaper doesn't. But if you didn't know that, and happen to touch a sleeping Reaper, the creature wakes from its slumber and strikes, granting the beast an easy meal that requires no hunting at all, reserving energy which it can then put towards growing. And Reapers can do a lot of growing. However, as to just how large these creatures can become, or if they still have the option of becoming giant Chaurus hunters, or transform into something new due to their size, has yet to be seen. But I really would like to see a giant Chaurus hunter as a mini-boss of sorts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. While their variants are still quite mysterious, and there's still unanswered questions to be sure, the biggest one of all is their ability to breed. Due to their insect appearance and similar life cycle, I thought it was safe to assume that any male and female Chaurus could breed through sexual reproduction, but now I'm not so sure. As in Elder Scrolls Online, Chaurus Reapers are seen spawning eggs that rapidly hatch into Chaurus hatchlings, suggesting that Reapers are the ones responsible for growing the population, and they do so through parthenogenesis, or in other words, the eggs don't need to be fertilized, and the males are redundant in that regard. Although, oddly enough, all Chaurus, regardless of form, drop eggs upon death. The reason behind this isn't immediately clear. While it may seem as though the player is simply harvesting these eggs, I believe a more likely explanation, given that chorus reapers are known to lay eggs, is that the other types of chorus were currently transporting the eggs to a safer location, or spreading them throughout the cave to expand. By killing them, we unknowingly interrupt this task, which is why every chorus has a chance of dropping eggs, and not because they are inside their bodies. As terrifying as chorus are, there is reason to believe the chorus were once intended to serve an even greater role. Concept art by the late Adam Adamowicz hints at a disturbing possibility: the Falmer riding the chorus into battle, using them as cavalry in their endless war against the surface dwellers. To tangent ever so slightly, this concept art connects to something I said at the beginning of the video, where I first mentioned the Falmer and how entire villages whispered fearful tales of unseen horrors stealing away infants in the dead of night. This concept art explains why villagers thought this, and the reason why was because chorus mounts would mimic a baby crying to lure people out of the village, a sound the creature would continue to make as it retreated back into the underground, leading people to believe the Falmer stole infants, which they probably would do if given the chance, but back to the mounts. Given the creature's size and strength, this is not outside the realm of possibility. Imagine Falmer warbands sweeping through Blackreach, mounted atop these monstrous insects, or airborne patrols soaring through the caverns on the backs of giant chorus hunters. Though this never came to pass in the game itself, the thought alone paints a curious picture of what the Falmer's future could hold. For now, the chorus remain the Falmer's first and most fearsome line of defense, a warning system, a weapon, and a source of sustenance. But should their true potential ever be realized, the deep places of Skyrim may one day echo not only with the chittering of the chorus, but with the war cries of the Falmer rising from the abyss on the backs of their monstrous steeds. And with such terrifying allies, who can say how far or how fast they might spread across Tamriel?